Yeah, yeah, I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's, you know. Said I'm living my best life. Said I'm living my best life.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Random Opinions Reaction Reviews. If you don't know who I am by now, you gotta get with the program. Today I'm coming to do a review on the episode that aired on General Hospital. Today's date is September 3rd. Shout out to my sister because it's her birthday. And you
guys, next week is my birthday. We're exactly 7 days apart. My mom was getting a little freaky deaky too soon. So yeah, I'm playing twinsies with my sister for 1 week.
I actually didn't do a review for the last 2 episodes of General Hospital just because I needed to take a breather. You know, everybody's on here complaining about how GH ratings are going down, the writing is not good. You know, I took a breather from the episodes because I needed it. I'm not the only one that just doesn't watch General Hospital every now and then. Sometimes you need a break and then you come back pumped and ready to do a review, okay? I want to do a recap of the latest episodes like I always do when I miss. Sasha promised to tell Michael what her secret is when she's healthy. Will that ever happen? We don't know. Hayden lies to Finn again. She is not telling him about this baby. Hayden, girl, Finn is not gonna like you for this. Michael offers up helpful information to the PCPD about prescription meds that Cassandra or Sandy Lance was taking. Apparently, you can only get those meds in like a couple countries, so they pretty much kind of know where she could be at. Curtis makes a deal with the freaking devil, you guys. Peter had a dream. Pissed me off. I thought it was happening for real, but then like the way it was all happening, I was like, yeah, this is a dream. So they wasted my time with a freaking dream. I was like, oh my God, leave it to GH to do something like that. Liz wants to make sure that Franco isn't going anywhere. She wants to check him into Shady Brook. She wants to go to the courts and ask them for guardianship over Franco. My whole issue with this is, why does Liz need to do that? Franco has living parents, Betsy Frank and Scott Baldwin. And Scott is not estranged from him. Like, couldn't Scott legally check Franco into Shady Brook? And Liz is also Franco's wife, so couldn't she legally check him into Shady Brook? Like, am I missing something here? Like, why do you have to go to the courts to summon for guardianships? You guys know the answer, let me know. But she could skip that whole step and have Scott do it. I mean, he's the dad, so as Mari says, you are the father. Kim and Drew take a walk down memory lane as they've been doing for the last couple episodes. You guys, I was loving the Mac and Felicia scenes. We need more Mac and Felicia scenes. Get it? Mac and cheese, Mac and Felicia. I'm corny, I know. Maxie, Maxie, Maxie. That's all I can say. Maxie, Maxie, Maxie. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this review. So Carly's on the phone with Jax. Apparently, Carly done broke her foot. And I'm assuming that Laura Wrights actually broke her foot and they just wrote it into the script. But yeah, weird. While she's sitting at the Metro Court, who comes in? Mike and cousin Gladys. Carly was caught off guard. Like, and cousin Gladys is talking about, oh, nice restaurant you have here. Very lucrative business. You know, and I'm like, you are an opportunist, cousin Gladys. You here because you want something. So she was spending time with Mike and Carly texted Sonny and gave him a heads up like, hey, I think you should know this. She was not liking that cousin Gladys was here because Carly is a smart, intuitive woman. She knows that Gladys wanted something. Joss and Devin, they are at the park and they're pretty much getting ready for school, talking about school, and Jocelyn is prepping him for questions that could possibly be asked once he starts school, because he's the new kid. People are going to want to know things about him.
Shoot, I remember when I moved to a different high school in a different city, everybody, where are you from? You know, what's your favorite thing to do? Where'd you get that accent from? Like, you know, and I don't even have an accent anymore because I've lived in Peoria too doggone long. But when I moved to Peoria, I had a real thick accent. like a Chicagoan accent, they used to always be like, you must be from Chicago.
You know, wanted to know information, so Jocelyn is prepping him on that. Then Trina and Cameron shows up, and it is clear that Trina is digging cousin Dev. Joss and Dev, they decide to leave, and when they leave, Trina's like, look, Cam, you're going to have to get as close as you can to Devin, because I like him and I want to get with him. So you need to be his friend to make that happen. I'm unclear who Trina likes at this point. She could be trying to get with Devin to make freaking Cameron jealous. You never know. I'm loving it. We need some little young love on here, okay? But they go to the Metro Court. Jocelyn, she sits with Jax and she's talking to him and wishes him a happy Australian Father's Day. Okay. I've always been an American citizen, so I know nothing about other holidays outside of America. So, a happy Father's Day, Jasper Jax. It was just odd because Devin shows up and they introduce Gladys, and he didn't know who she was at first because he's never seen her. But then by the name, he was like, oh, Nana, I didn't know you were going to be here. And she's like, come give your Nana a hug. And Jax knew right off the bat, something is off with this picture. It's cringy. Like, they didn't even know each other. They were so, like, unaccompanied with each other. Sonny shows up and he makes it clear, look, we're not going to be doing no renegotiation, cousin Gladys, okay? Carly is not liking this. She doesn't want to put Jocelyn in a predicament where she has to lie to her father. And I don't want that to happen either, because that's just a demon you don't want to start. You get a child to lying to their father and so many other things can happen. So y'all going to have to nip that in the bud. Jax did ask Jocelyn about Dev, and she clearly got uncomfortable, so he was like, you know what, never mind, you don't even have to talk about it. Thank you, Jax, you're such a good dad. She bakes him a cake for our Australian Father's Day. That was a good little add-on to the scene. We also had a scene with Jax and Hayden. She calls Curtis over to help with the scheme they have going on. Now, you know, Jax fired Curtis because he found out Curtis was actually working for Valentine, right? So then when Jax found out that Hayden had bought Curtis in on this whole thing that they have going on, he was like, oh my God, you just got in bed with the devil. Then he's like, Curtis was working for Valentine. Like, how do you know you could trust this dude? Like, I'm out. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. And Jax, have you forgotten Curtis is Hayden's best friend? I know sometimes that doesn't mean anything, but Curtis has never hurt any one of his friends. So Hayden is like, look, Jax, just hear me out. And she tells Curtis, apparently they're looking for Mikos's will. Now, Mikos had several wills that he wrote. One of them had Valentine in the will. The latest one that they're looking for excluded Valentine from the will. And the person that they're apparently working for, if I heard correct, is Spencer. Yes, you guys, Spencer. I'm like, oh, this little kid, he's so doggone smart. He got grown people working for him. And Hayden gets Jax back in on it because she's like, you know what? You have nothing to lose if this all goes wrong, but everything to gain if it goes right. Curtis, you know, he needs the money. He's been fired from both of his jobs. He doesn't want to get in with Valentine. So, you know, pretty much, actually, he's in the perfect position with Valentine because Valentine believes that he can trust Curtis on the strength of Nina. So if he believes that, Curtis can get unusually close to Valentine and find out the information that they need. Now, Curtis is like, you know what? Nina is my good friend. We need to get her in on this. So I don't know what's going to happen with that because Nina, once she talked too doggone much and she can't keep a secret, and plus this is dealing with Valentine, she's not going to flip on her husband. It's just not going to happen. Once the secret about Sasha comes out, that's a different story. Olivia and Sonny, they meet in Charlie's pub. Sonny, as usual, is happy that Julian is leaving. Then they get to talking about Kim, you know, Julian, then Kim, then Oscar. Then they get on Dante and how Olivia can't stop thinking about Dante and how she wants to get in to see him. Sonny leaves. Julian shows up. He is ready to leave Port Charles. And the reason why he is ready is because he met with Elizabeth. And Elizabeth kind of put a little bug in his ear like, look, Kim is feeling my husband. And Julian, he believes that Kim, you know, she feels a little bit weird when she's around Franco, but he thinks their relationship is strong enough for her to be like, you know what? Nah, I can't even do it. Elizabeth doesn't have enough faith that that'll happen. So he's like, you know what? We need to get the heck up out of Dodge and leave Port Charles. He ready to get his girl and go, you know, before he loses her. Because Kim is she's on shaky ground. She's been doing a lot of weird things since the loss of Oscar. And he can't really blame her, but he's just being there for her. And he doesn't want to get hurt in the process, you know, but we'll see what happens with them. Like, Olivia is happy for him. But this whole episode, Julian was looking for Kim, and she was nowhere to be found. But I was wondering, like, Julian, you went everywhere but Oscar's meadow. Come on now, Julian. Be realistic. This woman is grieving her son. That probably would be the first place to look, right? I'm going to leave some brief scenes out, filler scenes, like the scene between Hayden and Liz. That was a filler scene. The scene with Liz and Cam, that was filler scenes. These were all discussions that we've had in previous episodes that I don't need to elaborate on. Kim and Franco, or Frank and Drew, or drewco, they're at Oscar's meadow, and they get to talking about the good old days. They get to talking about when they was in love. She fills him in on Oscar. You know, I guess his favorite cartoon was Bob the Builder. Can we fix it? Yes, we can. I just had to do that. She did mention that Oscar got his diagnosis of cancer at the age of 13. I could have sworn that when the whole cancer story broke out, when he had that first seizure, when he was standing in Sonny's house and Jason took him to the hospital, that we found out that Kim found out Oscar had cancer when he was 10. So I guess the writers revamped some things and they didn't expect us to catch that. You guys let me know if I'm wrong, because I could have swore it was 10, but I'm not going to bet my life on it. We find out that Kim almost got married one time, but she decided not to go through with it because, to a guy named Jim at that, because there was no sparks and she always thought about Drew. Then they freaking kiss. They freaking kiss. I'm like, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I kind of like Franco as Drew. It's definitely added for an interesting storyline. The only thing that I see is karma is a biatch, because Liz, you've stolen everybody's boyfriend in Port Charles, and now somebody is finna steal your man. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a doggone shame. It's just karma, you know, and Liz is around there moping and scared and stuff, and now she's finna turn into a bitch, because that's how she is. Like, Liz can turn on biatch mode in a minute. Like, it don't take her no time. She'll be all nice and cordial with you one second, and the second you try to steal anything that she feels like she's imprinted on, oh, it's on. So we finna see the devil rage up in Liz, because you're not finna steal her husband and she not say anything about it. I'm excited. You guys let me know what you thought about today's episode. And yeah, are you shipping Drew 2.0 and Kim, or would you rather he be with Liz again? I'm excited to find out. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to receive notifications, you guys. I thank you guys for the support. I thank you guys for continuing to watch me even when you don't have to. I enjoy doing these reviews, so you guys, you just bear with me, and you know, I'm gonna continue to try to do what I do, you know. Anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye.
I finally made my mind know that I can't go back broke. They saying that my time up, my back against the rope. I hustle, got my grind, know that when I make